Hi, today I just wanted to give some tips about accounting and making taxes easier by just developing some good habits. So let's see, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so let's see here. So don't create a mess to untangle when tax time comes. If you have good habits, then things should be pretty easy to clean up and finish up at tax time. To make things easy, open a big business only bank account. And that way, you're just having business expenses go through that account. You're not having personal expenses go through your business account or business expenses coming from your personal account. That will be a tangled mess to untangle if you do that. And you can open a separate business account that you link to your eBay managed payments. So you don't have to feel like you're vulnerable to have all of your business money linked to your eBay managed payments. So open a second bank account that you link to that. And if you're going to use a credit card for business expenses, open a business only credit card and use that just for business expenses. Okay, and then record your deposits and your payments into an accounting system. So I use QuickBooks, and it just makes it real simple to record the deposits. So the eBay EDI payments, those are deposits from eBay's managed payments. And then I just categorize them in QuickBooks as eBay sales income. And then expenses such as, things I'm going to show you. Like eBay's monthly invoice that's going to be going away because it's going to start coming out automatically, which is one less transaction you have to record. But right now, eBay's invoice is eBay selling fees expense that I record onto QuickBooks. And set an appointment to record it monthly. That way you don't have this 12 months of transactions to record at the end of the year. And view your profit and loss report that your accounting software can generate for you monthly so you have an idea of where you're at. So I just want to show you in QuickBooks really quickly an example of what I'm talking about here. So I have my managed payments making deposits daily. If you want less transactions to record, you can change it to weekly or monthly, but I just like to have that money instantly. So I have my account synced with QuickBooks, so it's showing me these transactions to review, and then it creates a rule. I set up which chart of accounts account to assign eBay EDI payments. On the chart of accounts, it's eBay sales. Well, then it asked me if I wanted to create a rule for that, and I said yes. So it's automatically doing that. So that just makes it so easy. And then I'm just clicking add to add it to my register on QuickBooks. And then this is an expense that came out, and it was an eBay client payment because I sell on consignment. So that's an expense. So that's what I mean about recording your deposits and your expenses. So these are all eBay EDI payments. That's because I cleaned it up a little bit before I did this to make it simpler. But I can select all, and they're all assigned to the right category. They aren't always automatically, so they let you review it so you can assign it to the right category. And I'm just going to accept all those. And I have QuickBooks. So I use QuickBooks Online, and then I also have it open on another tab because this is my PayPal account that I have synced with QuickBooks. And here's an example. So LinkedIn, I'm subscribed to LinkedIn, and that's advertising and marketing. And so I'm going to accept that one. And then this one is my eBay invoice that I paid with PayPal, and it's assigning a rule of shipping and freight, which is not correct. It was actually, those are actually eBay selling fees from using promoted listings. So I'm going to change that to eBay selling fees. Okay. So now that's correct. And I'm going to add that. So I just wanted to show you an example of how easy that is. And once I assign all of these, my balances will actually be correct. Okay, and now let's just go back to the things I wanted to cover here. So I use QuickBooks. You can use other accounting software. Okay, so we talked about that. And if the accounting is too much for you, hire a bookkeeper. So I do have a QuickBooks expert that I use to reconcile my accounts once a month, and they charge a very reasonable amount. And this way I can ask them about things I'm confused about so that it's all done correctly. And make sure, of course, that you trust them. Get references from other eBay sellers who you trust. And also, if you do hire a bookkeeper, they should listen to you and see what do you want to name the account in your chart of accounts for your eBay fees, for example. So I wanted mine to say eBay selling fees. So that's how we set that up together. So you can have them do all of your bookkeeping, or like with me, I'll go through and do a lot of it, but then leave the ones that I want to ask them about. And the other point that I want to make is that if you're selling online, it's worth it to hire an accountant to file your taxes. I actually watched this YouTube video where an accountant was giving advice. And oh, and by the way, I'm not an accountant and can't give tax advice. I just have to tell you that, disclaimer. But this was an accountant, and he said, yeah, if you want to do your own, taxes, do them. But what I want to say from my own experience is that it is worth it to pay an accountant to file your taxes. It shouldn't be very much money. Again, if you don't have one, get references from another eBay seller. Mine is extremely reasonable, costs a very minimal amount, but they're keeping up with current tax laws. So there are a lot of things with, especially if you have a home-based business or just as a business owner, that you can legitimately write off. And you want to make sure you have an expert who's keeping up on current tax law, who can advise you as to what things you can write off and what you can't. And those are just the few points that I wanted to make today to help keep your accounting and tax filing simplified. And have a great day. Pretty soon I'll figure out how to stop this. Okay.